Let's go in 1 sec. There we go. 550. I'm watching the conveyor. I'm watching the belt. I think we're about to run out. 680 or so. And then we have this other side of this belt. I don't want to grab a bunch of the red circuits, but I'll grab the steel. I don't mind that. We're going to have about 800. In fact, we have 800 exactly. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a slog getting this last 160 or so. Oh, there's 100. We just need 64 more. So close. And now the inventory's full. Okay. Don't need this much ammo on our person right now. Probably some in the other concrete assemblers. Oh yeah, good point. Like if these are backed up. Like 19, yeah, okay. We could have pulled from there. We're almost there. Just gotta get rid of some of these. Why can I not trash? If I'm asking for 300. That's weird. Shift click didn't work. There's a control click that I should have been looking for. No, there's shift click. It didn't work. It's fine. Alright, we'll make the rocket silo. We're making it in our pocket. The icon is down below where I'm at, but we're about a quarter of the way done now, so that's going to take just a moment, and we'll go ahead and prep a spot for it. I'm thinking, I guess we want to go ahead and automate the construction of everything that the silo is going to need as well. These are our old walls. We can tear those out in a moment as well. Let's pull our bots over. There we go. Come on. Just these two trees. There we go. I had to manually chop a tree in forever. You made me chop my own tree. Doesn't seem... Okay, I guess that does reach. Laser shooting speed. 6. And then we'll stretch this one over. Well, we'll do this. We'll do one there, one kind of more in the middle. There we go. And we'll come all the way out to where the old wall was. You know what, just to show off how advanced this area is... What's your problem? You don't have power? Oh, you were charging. I forgot they do that. Let's go ahead and concrete up the area. Right down one lower than I was planning on it, but hopefully that gets everything all the way over to that cliff. We can maybe leave the cliff to look a little bit natural there. I'll have you come over to there. All right, so they'll be working on that for just a little bit. We now have our rocket silo. Let's place it kind of over here. Well, yeah, we're not in the way of anything. Let's place it kind of over here next to Roboport. Well, we'll kind of move it down a little bit in case we want to put stuff around it. There we go. So we need to provide it with rocket control units, load into these structures, and rocket fuel. We're not using a blueprint for this one. Let's see. The low density structures, we already had something we built for that. Let's check that out really quick. I'm not beyond copying my own. Make sure to put some production modules into the silo before you start feeding it. Good idea, because they're expensive, right? Specifically productivity? Oh, right, because then you get extra units, right? We have 2 on us. We're requesting 50. Our system doesn't have the full... We need 4. So we have 2 things to check on. I want to see... Thank you for that, by the way, Kano. Yeah, we have this right here making them for yellow science. We had one over here just making them for us. Yeah, that's no big deal. We just need copper, steel, and plastic. We can make a whole other array for that. And then down here, productivity level 3. What's your problem? You're going. I need to give you some of your own medicine, if you can. I don't know if you can use productivity to make productivity, but... Oh, you know what it is? They're being made. It's just robots are probably coming and picking them up right away. Yep. Oh, he brought me one. Because I bet we had some blueprinted stuff from earlier where we had put productivity modules in. Maybe some smelters. Either way, we just need one more. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for level 2s. Level 2s are also coming, but... I don't think I put speed modules into them yet because I wasn't in a rush for them at the time. This is the first time where I've really sat here waiting for one. That was smoke from the train. This is one of my favorite parts of Factorio is automating the trains. Only not even the crazy big stuff that you see some people do. I just have these minor train projects, but I love the logistics. I love setting up the program for the train. Do we get one? Almost. I'll take it. No, I got it. Yoink. Sorry. Saw him go for it. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Squeak Through. But yeah, so that we don't forget, we'll go ahead and pop those in there. Boom, 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 boom. Let's extend the bus, which means taking out the old wall here. And honestly, part of this cliff. It's fine if it's for progress. I love it when they don't even stop and they just comb across the trees. How can I post a link of my base? It has a lot of train tracks. Totally. I just recently changed my settings for my chatbot for posting URLs. You should be able to go for it. Try it. If for some reason it doesn't allow you to, you can PM them to me if you want to show them to me. Or also, if you're on Discord, we have a Discord where we can share stuff too. We haven't, it hasn't really picked up yet, but I'd love to have anybody who wants to come over to the Discord share some of your projects and some pictures of stuff that you've been working on. Because that would be great inspiration for me. One of our regular viewers, Blitz, has sent some stuff over to me recently, and I'd love it for more to be publicly posted there. That'd be cool too. But long story short, yeah, totally try it. Yeah, I'll check that out one sec. Let's paint in some more concrete here. Let's bring it down. I hate that when the mouse slips. You go just a little higher than you meant to. Can you cancel? Yeah, let's cancel that. Oh, snap. That's huge. Can't necessarily show it on screen. I don't have my screen capture set up to show it as well. Plus, I don't think that this detail would necessarily be captured the way that I'm seeing it right now, but you've got some awesome blocks. Like, I love the idea of breaking the base up into like city blocks. That's really cool. We've never done that before. I guess then you forego doing a main bus and just have everything brought where it needs to go by train, right? Kano asks, do you use any mods for trains? Oh, you're asking Shalia Trail. Yeah, that'd be interesting to hear. LTN, it's an Angel and Bob base. Oh, that makes sense. And I've been thinking about getting into Angel and or Bob after this. So like once we reach kind of an end game point for this base. Yeah, let's just extend this over. Some of them are red, some of them are still blue. Or rather, vice versa. Some of them have been upgraded to blue, but not all of them. Yeah, there's a lot of other mods that I'd like to play with if I was doing something like a Bob's base. Like I might turn on like alien biomes, and there's some others too that look really neat. And making city block bases without a train mod is really hard. What kind of a mod is LTN? How does that help with city blocks? Because I can imagine that would be really cool having them all make stops and stuff. But then you have to get the logic just right so they don't crash into each other, right? Let's make a column. This doesn't need to be here. It can be moved over. Let's make a column specifically for those low density structures. First base was without LTN. Again, those are 20 copper, 2 steel, 5 plastic. So let's bring a copper line down on its own. Get from right here. Copper. Steel and plastic. Plastic here. Goes all the way up here. Let's pull steel off at this point here. Then we could pull plastic off. And we'll pull plastic off a little further here and we'll combine them. I could have done it sooner, and that would have been a little bit more elegant. That's okay. Plastic's coming in on blue. Either or, not super important here, because we're not going to use them at the speed. No, not all the way down. Turn this. Do we want to do this old school? We're using assembly machine 2s. Might switch to 3s eventually or upgrade them, but for right now we'll just put in... Let's just do like 6 of these. You need depots in LTN and vanilla trains. You don't need a depot. Had a mod for refueling and put in 10 stations for refueling the trains. Everything else just worked out. So that mod specifically gives them stations to go to that are more like as named depots. So that makes sense. That sounds pretty neat. Shift. Yes. Let's get some power in here. No, we need 2. We need... There we go. These take a while to make, these low density structures, so that's why I wasn't too worried about the speed with which they were fed the materials. So we have those. Next up we need the rocket control units, which are speed modules and blue processing units. We should probably manufacture the speed modules on their own. Each station had one train to deliver to and bigger train station for trains to wait in for fetching crafted stuff. Each block had one process. I love the idea of just like subsectioning everything off to its own square. We need green and red for the speed modules and then blue to combine them with this. So let's pull. We'll space them out. We'll pull them down here. So let's grab green. And are they at the same? Yeah, the same rate. We could do something like this might be an interesting way to do this. Let's see. We go here. Here, here, and then go under. We just pull off a double line right there. LTN makes train management easier. With LTN, you can just configure a station to request iron plates, and the mod handles assigning trains to it, and when a train should fulfill the request. At least that's what... Oh, that makes sense. So you don't have to like do a bunch of complicated logic with the train car's inventory and tell it, oh, you can only hold this in these squares. Like, do you just tell it, I want you to go get iron, and it manages its own cars? Like, because that would be cool. Refined flammables. Okay, we'll bring those down. Let's say, what's the ratio here? I'm not great with ratios. One processing unit per speed module. So the speed modules take 15 seconds to craft, and then these take 30 seconds to craft. So we only need one for every two. We only need one speed module making factory. See here, for every two of these, and we need to get you blue processing units as well. Am I doing that math correctly? I believe so. And I don't think that the speed matters for this either, because all of these are so slow. Get another one of these in here. Nope, you're a little too low. So we could double this if we needed more of these. I don't like that. Let's do it from this side. In fact, let's just go ahead and double it because we're here. And we can. Let's bring blue down like this. So what we'll do is we'll feed in here. Then we can have a long reach pull out across. Then we have those. So now I have both of these. I've actually used a little bit more real estate than I thought. That's fine, we can use this area up here. Then finally, we need the rocket fuel itself. Which I guess you wouldn't necessarily make it. You have to make that in a, well, it's made in an assembly machine with light oil and solid fuel, but we'll probably make that back over at our actual oil field and then bring it over here. Let's go check that out. Turns the train system into some sort of logistics system. The depots are the roboports, the trains are the logistics robots, the other stations just depends on how you set them up or used as requester and provider. That, okay. Now it's kind of popped into place for me. That makes a lot of sense. Ooh, we're using a ton of green circuits now. We'll see how that goes once these actually start kicking into... I guess they're not going to kick into high gear. They're kind of slow. Might put some more modules into them, but right now we're good. Okay, over here at oil, we have light oil at a certain ratio. The logic that we have set is based off of lubricant values as to whether or not we're using the heavy oil for lubricant or cracking it into light oil. And then the light oil is being used here for the petroleum gas, which we have plenty of still. Okay. So we could just pull off the light pipe, which we have right here, and just use it. How quickly? Well, we need to make the solid fuel as well. So we can make that from a few of these. I wonder if we should use our heavy for that. Do your greens feed red production, or does red own a dedicated green line? They feed red production right now. That's where a lot of them are going. So that would be a good upgrade for red production, would be to make it independent. Because right now it's, yeah, it's just pulling off the bus right there. And it's pulling off just enough. Yeah, this guy down here hasn't gotten any. So we have just enough for that, and then down here, yeah, just enough that they're all working. I need to update this. But yeah, I'm wondering, for balance purposes, which one is the better component to use for solid fuel? What do you guys think? Heavy or light? What are we looking at ratio-wise? Next to no heavies here. Light, yeah. That makes sense because, yeah, we're using heavy right now for the lubricant. And light's not being used for anything else. Well, I mean, sorry. Light is being used for the petroleum gas, but we have plenty of that, it looks like, so. Cool. So we'll pull off for light. Let's, I like to have more space than this. It's kind of cramped right here. This is our old wall. We could do it right outside here. We have a train that goes by, but otherwise. Yeah, we'll squeeze it in. Let's put... one here. Oh, we don't have any in our inventory either. We're within roboport distance though. Robot will bring that over to us. Let's bring light over. Basically crack all heavy except for lube. Calculate your rocket fuel needs and crack whatever is left over to petroleum. Gotcha. I think we'll do a limited, or we'll find a way to limit this without just having it like constantly going. Okay, we'll move this down actually. light to solid fuel. Then we already have light out here, so let's do this. Let's say you come out to here, and then under again. And then just pass directly in and make rocket fuel. By the way, your far left refinery's light oil output isn't connected to anything. This here? Oh, you know what? You're right. Thank you for noticing. Has it just been installed? It has. It's just been installed this whole time. Eagle eyes. Thank you very much. If you're planning on mega basing after the first rocket, you'll need loads of it. Gotcha. Well, I would imagine that if we do something like mega base building, that we'd almost start over on a lot of things. Probably just kind of like branch out and pull in new resources and build elsewhere and clean up old stuff. So a lot of this is just trial and error for me. But I'm having a ton of fun. I was hoping I could reach both, which we can if we just do that. Okay, so if you're making... Oh no, it's not made in this. It's made in an assembly machine, which is probably going to have its pipe done differently, but yeah, you put the pipe in the side. How long do you take? You take... Doesn't say there. You have to have a mouse over this. Or does it? 30 seconds. And you just go. So you're just constantly provided for. The real bottleneck is waiting for rocket fuel to be produced. We'll put productivity modules in here. Honestly, pop a beacon over here. Where'd the beacons go? Yeah, I knew I had some in my inventory. Don't have to touch both, but I'll put it here. Just put it right there. And this is just gonna be working like crazy over time. I feel like maybe I should, like, I rarely use efficiency modules for things, but I kind of feel like I should use an efficiency module for this because it's overproducing. Like, what good is efficiency modules unless you find something like that where it's like, its sole job is to overproduce? So as these are being made, let's do the sensible thing, pull those out into a provider chest. Now, this will be one of the first things. I kind of usually avoid having my robots constantly working. I mean, there's a lot for them to do always, but I don't want to tie up the whole system of robots carrying one thing at a time. So in the past, I've belted everything, but would it make sense for us to belt this over? I mean, we're not too far away. Maybe we should just kind of belt these down and across. Need 765 rocket fuel to launch one rocket, so you will probably multiply this then and make a few more of these. It's a good point. Yeah, let's get them on. Let's get a couple of these going, and then we can copy paste. And then we'll maybe belt them all instead of putting them into a chest. See if we can make something that we can tile. Ooh, you're a little wonky. Let's pull you around over here. Oh, we can go. Why not? What is this crazy saw noise from this song? No, 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 no. We're here to chill. Also remove isn't there. There we go. Now, something else. Something not so grating. This is called Float. I picked this playlist because a lot of the music is very like alien world, which I like that a lot. We have productivity modules in everything. I'm guessing 1000 rocket fuel, but only 765 for me with my productivity 3. 3 is full beacon. Interesting. And I'm not even making this as efficient as it could possibly be. Let's do this a little differently. Let's move those up. Again, I want to make this tileable, so let's do beacon 1 up. Kind of like that. And then I'll probably have this go under. Do something like that. It's not coming from anywhere yet. But if we did that, copy this. Oh, this doesn't have to be under. Yeah, so that should be tileable and a little overkill on the beacons probably. Let's do like 5 of these. Let's see how much crazy light oil that uses. Oh, and we could just connect this pipe here for the light oil. We do it right. Let's just put one there, 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 there. Come on, guys. Everything in this case would be only the silo. That is an overkill on the beacons. Oh, that is an overkill on the beacons. Yeah. You're right. It's only touching each of the 4, and in fact, like it's doubling up on the wrong ones. You know, you can use multiple beacons on a single assembler. Yeah. I figured I would just step it up once so far, and then think about it, but we could maybe like border it with more beacons if we wanted to up production too. It didn't copy. Oh yeah, we didn't place our speed modules in before we... Now we have to do it manually before we copied them, before we blueprinted them. And I do also prescribe to the idea that nothing's really overkill in Factorio. I mean, can't hurt, right? I'm wondering, yeah, how quickly these would work. Kinda cool. Are you all getting the light fuel that you need? You are. What that looks like on the inside here. Not really going down at a drastic rate. Petroleum gas still staying full. Okay, I'm happy with it. Try to do 12 24 speed 3s, but 8 for harder builds. 16 speed 3s. That's another level for me. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Okay. So let's look at belting this down. In fact, let's carry this belt straight, even though normally I would bring it back in closer to the wall. Let's carry it straight because we may want to expand on this later. Bring them down and then to the right. Where do we want to cut right? Cut right above the train track. Well, honestly, let's cut below the train track. We'll bring it down to here and then across. Let's go under this. Ooh, a little lower. There we go. Thanks again for everybody joining, and thanks again to Poober for the raid earlier. It has made my Saturday. I'm glad to have all the company, glad to have all the help from much more experienced players than myself. All strategy is appreciated. Just pull that in. Old school, belt it all the way down. And really just load these in. Let's bring this, let's say, bring you over. Let's do a side load. Let's do... that. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll pull this one. Nope. Just kind of want to pair them up to look nice. Bring the fuel over here. You just go. Don't auto launch. I want to hit the button myself. Waiting for Rust to release on PS4. I haven't played Rust. I've seen some videos of it. Is it mostly crafting, or is there like a social aspect of it? It seems very... like you start kind of caveman-esque in Rust, right? Am I thinking of the right game? So those will pull over. All this is now automated. Let's check our rates. The rocket fuel is going to be the slowest one. By the time one's done, 3. Kind of counting, kind of eyeballing it. When you need 6, 10. Gotcha, and there's the other 5, or, well, it picked up 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay. So we can speed this up just a little bit. I think we'll have a good ratio. Mostly social. It looks like it. Let's pull out a length of this. Let's do like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 3 more. No, that's not right. Yeah, there we go. Almost. Gotta clean this up. There we go. Our bot should come and build the rest of that. Picked up a few of these ourselves. Set them free. You can make a base, but other people can raid your base and vice versa. Oh, okay. That explains the screenshot that I saw of someone who had put up a sign that said something along the lines of, "Do not raid, I work a 10-hour shift. Please." Does it just stay up on the server? We're making 1 rocket per hour. Stay tuned. Expert build. Speed run. Speaking of speed runs, I think I saw that Awesome Games Done Quick started this weekend. Definitely an awesome... No redundancy intended. Awesome opportunity to support charity. I love speed runs. I don't participate in speed runs by any means. I'm a very slow gamer. But I love to watch the magic that they come up with. I'll check on power. Power's still great. Nuclear's good. This is a solar array that we just kind of plopped down from a blueprint in order to make up some emergency power while we were still getting our nuclear system sorted, but nuclear is looking good. How's this still going? We're just housing all these. What are we setting on right now? Like 300. We'll do more with that later too. So if I remember correctly, the rocket, you launch it, then it comes back with white science, right? Like you launch a satellite. Do we need to make the satellites? Ni no Kuni. That's the Miyazaki art RPG, right? And there's 2 of them now? I haven't played it. I had that kind of on my check it out list. 1,000 space science per launch, so we need to be prepared to have that output. That output's from the silo, right? Okay. Yes, you need to make the satellite. Yes, and if you don't have space, it'll void. So if you don't have space for, like, outputting it. Okay, satellites. You make the satellite. How do you make the satellites again? I don't know if I've ever gotten that far. I don't know if I ever made the satellites. I think I made the rocket and I was like, woo, I won. Satellite needs like 6 ingredients. No problemo. We can work that out. Looks like a megaphone. That's the speaker. I was like, I know the one that looks like a megaphone. Different megaphone. Oh, it was there. If I spell it right. Gotcha. Blue processing units, low density structures, rocket fuel, solar panels, accumulators, and radars. We're making a few of those ingredients already. Let me see here. We have solar panels. We have 6,000 solar panels, apparently. I don't think we put a cap. That's right. We found the mall that we had built for our solar panels, and we forgot to put a cap on the chest, so they're just full of solar panels. What else was it? Also, I'm doing the same thing that I did a moment ago for the silo. I want to find it. Oh, it's right there. The rocket fuel, the accumulators, the radars. Okay, so are we making radars? Pretty sure we're making accumulators. Yeah, we have 200 of those. And then radars. Yeah, I believe we're making those too. So maybe we just have robots bring those. Because for this, something tells me the satellites are not going to be... Well, this might be folly, but... Something tells me the satellites are not going to be that quick to be built. So let's just request the components, or some of the components. from our existing logic network. Sure, that doesn't, even though we've only requested 50, let's do that. Then you'll just load that right into the silo, right? So we still need the rocket fuel, the low density structures, and the processing units. Now we have the low density coming in from over here. We could expand this. Let me just take this. Add some more down here. But what we'll do instead of loading onto that belt is we'll just have it reach over and put it onto another belt. I just like to be able to see the process. Again, I think there's definitely a more efficient way to combine everything. Thank you for the instructions on how to find it. I just looked over and saw that. Apologies. I'm sure it's probably a little grating. It's probably like pulling teeth. To like know where it is and be like, ah, he's blind. All good though. Hopefully all good. All good for me. And thank you very much. Okay, so that's going to bring more of these over. And let's combine that with some of the rocket fuel. We'll pull that from right here. Well, honestly, we can just do it right here. Bingo. Bango. Then finally, the last thing that we would need is blue, which we have right here. I don't like borrowing down like that though. Let's bring one down through here.